Hi everyone, it's Kathy Maxson, Craft Creations by Kathy. One last Valentine project. We're going to make a wreath. I picked up this welcome sign at the Dollar Tree, and I also have the 14-inch frame from the Dollar Tree. We're going to use some red fabric mesh. It's 10 inches. I'm hoping I have enough. I got a partial roll. We're going to kind of do similar to the pancake style, but I'm going to do a different fold. I have some ribbon that I'm going to put in the wreath, and then I have other ribbon for a bow. I also have some accessories. Not sure, I picked these up from the Dollar Tree, and plus I think I still have one left pink heart that I did not use. So let's get started. Some of the tools we're going to need a Rotary Cutter. We're going to need a mat board. Let's get the mat board down. We're going to need the mat board, the Rotary Cutter. I have some scissors. I have some pliers and snippers. I have some E6000 because we are going to put some cable mounts on the back of the sign. So I have my hot glue gun plugged in, which I should probably do that first so that can set up. But let's cut the mesh first. I think I'm going to do 17-inch pieces. I have an even smaller partial roll here. And we're going to cut that. I think I measured it's only going to get me like about 3 pieces, maybe 4. So I'm just going to cut in between. There's some like a poly burlap weave, and then there is it's kind of like more fabric-y. So we're gonna need 17 pieces. Oh, and you need red pipe cleaners, and I thought I grabbed them, but I don't see them down here in my stash. So I will have to go upstairs and get my red pipe cleaners. I know I pulled them out, just don't know where I put them. So yeah, so we're gonna get about four pieces off this one. And if your mesh curls up like this a little, just stick something on it, and then you should be able to cut. Okay, I'm gonna continue cutting, and I will be back. I have all my pieces cut. I have just barely enough. Probably could have gotten like 2 more pieces out of there. So I'm going to put these cable mounts on the back of our sign before I go any further. I want to say the C should be the center, but I kind of think this sign, when I was looking at it earlier, I was trying to measure, and I want to say I have to kind of off-center the C to make it be. So I have to put a mount about here in the back. So I'm going to just put a little X, and then I'm going to put a mount right about here in the back. So I have my 2 little X's. I don't know if you can see that. I got some X's on there. So they're sticky. So it's a peel and stick, but I'm going to put E6000 along the outside edge because I want to make sure that this is secure. I'm trying to figure out what I can stick on. I have some toothpicks from a previous one on the table. So I'm going to get that started. So I'm going to E6000 all the way around the outside, And then I have my hot glue gun off to the side. I'm going to put a dab of hot glue because I want immediate connection. So then I got some hot glue in the middle, and then I got the E6000 on the outside. So then that way I can continue with making the wreath because the hot glue will hold it in place until the E6000 can dry. So again, I'm just gonna E6000 around the outside. And then my hot glue in the middle. Then I hot glued in the middle. So we'll stick that over here. I'm gonna hold it until like the hot glue sets up a little. I will take the hanger off, but we'll set that aside. So we cut them 17 inches. Getting ahead of myself. Let's get some pipe cleaners on. So we're going to do 17, and we're going to count it. Let me get this off this mat so you can see what I'm doing. So we're going to count the bars inside 1, 2, 3, 4. So at the crossbars 3 and 4, we're going to put our pipe cleaners. So we're going to do that on each crossbar. Rows 3 and 4. And then I'm going to do 1 and 2, but we're going to do in the center of that. And I'm going to lay those to the center. So I'm going to go finish putting on all my pipe cleaners and I will be back. Okay. I cut 17 pieces. I did not need 17 pieces. These wreath forms, you're only going to need 12. So don't overcut. So then I would have had plenty. So I had already done some folding on them. I just wanted to make sure. So I unfolded a couple pieces. So remember we cut them at 17 inches. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to fold in. I'm going to put it on the 10 inch. So I'm going to fold it about 5 inches. And then I'm going to overlap this one. So you're going to overlap like about 2 inches in the center. So it comes to about 6 or 7 inches wide. So why they're like this, so this is our rough edges. I'm going to flip that down. And then I'm going to scrunch up the middle. So we're making like a bow tie, but it's like a folded bow tie. Let's do that again. So we have our 17 inches. I'm going to fold one side in. And I just kind of wanted you to see on the mat that I'm folding it into about the 5 inch. So I'm folding it in about 5 inches. And then I'm going to overlap. So it's going to overlap a couple inches. So then it makes our piece between 6 and 7 inches wide. So here's the 10, and this is the 6, and here's the 17. So, but since I don't want to gather and put all the rough sides on top, I'm going to totally flip my piece up under, and I'm going to scrunch up the middle. So have clothespins handy. What we're going to do, we're going to do the outside 2 rows first. Separate your pipe cleaners, and we're going to put in our piece right here. I'm going to give it one big tight twist. I'm going to put in our next piece. So they probably will overlap, and I see my pipe cleaner just came undone. So I only tried to just make them like one twist. Because then what we're going to do next is we're going to be putting ribbon in. So see, they're going to overlap a little. And then your next piece, when we go to do the inside, will be there. So it's going to be in between the stuff. So if you do a traditional pancake, you would just scrunch up the middle. You would cut your piece and just scrunch up the middle, and then you can make it more like a circle. So you would be kind of like I did in my fall wreath. So I just wanted this one to just be just a little different, and I'm hoping I'm gonna be okay with the coverage. So I'm gonna continue working around the outside, row 3 and 4. I'm gonna put in the mesh, and then I'm going to come back and we're going to cut some ribbon. We're going to decide which ones we're going to use. We're going to cut some ribbon, and then we'll put those in. Push it down tight. Okay, my phone died and I ran out of storage space. So I have it plugged in charging while I'm finishing up the wreath. So this is what we have, and then I have it at a different angle so I can see if I'm in the video or not. So this is what we have. We're going to put our welcome sign. I did some electrical tape on the back to hold the string down. I'm not going to take it off because I just didn't want to ruin the sign, because that would have been my luck today. So remember, on the back of the sign we added some cable mounts. So I'm going to stick 2 pipe cleaners in. Give it a good couple twists. Got one over here on the left. And then I kind of positioned my wreath kind of how I wanted it. So we're going to cover the mechanics at the top. And then I kind of made sure these two were kind of off. So this will be my center and the bottom. So as long as I'm covering my mechanics up here, I'm going to feed the pipe cleaners down. You're going to have to go through the mesh. So just be careful. If you can feel, I can feel a bar, so I kind of want to maybe try to get it on each side of the bar, the crossbar that was there. Let me get this side in and I'll show you what I mean. So what I did, I'm straddling that crossbar, and then that way it won't let the sign drop either. So again, I just want to make sure I'm covering up the mechanics at the top. Just gonna fish through the pipe cleaners through the mesh. I think there's another crossbar here. So I think I'm in luck there as well. So I'm not going to want to pull it down too tight. Oh, no, I don't have a crossbar. I'm actually on this side, I'm around another pipe cleaner. So instead of being around a pipe cleaner, I'm just going to make sure I'm around, whoops, shoot, it just came out. Try this again. What's nice is if you can get it around a crossbar, then that way you're pretty safe. There is actually a crossbar right there. So I'm going to try to, we'll see what that does. I might be up too high. Because basically all we're trying to do is cover the mechanics. So I'm not going to pull it tight like I normally do. So I don't want it to sink into the wreath, but I will do it a little bit, and then we can turn it around and see what it looks like. So it's not too tight. You know, then we're going to go around, you know, fix all our tails. Yes, we are hiding some that are down here. We are hiding those. We're hiding the whole ribbon. So now then the bow that I'm going to make, we'll put it down here so it covers these mechanics. So let's put this up. I'm going to make a bow with a 4-in-1 tool from Pro Bow the Hand. Hopefully you can see this. I'm going to make 2 loops. We're going to use, I have a scattered selection over here. We're going to use 2 loops of this. We'll make some tails. We'll at least do to the end of the board. So 0 to the end of the board. So we're just going to pinch. You gather up the middle. And then we're going to put that down. And then you can pull your tail downward. And I'm going to twist because I want the correct side of the ribbon facing down, because when I make my loop, it'll be the correct side. And I'm gonna, and as I'm here, I'm just gonna kind of twist and kind of gather all at the same time. I'm gonna make it a little less than 5, but I'm not gonna make it down to 4. So it's gonna be like 4.5, almost 5. So again, I'm just gonna kind of maybe gather and twist, because I want the wrong side facing up when I go to this other side. So just like that. So we're going to do 2 on each side. And then with this, you can kind of put your hand in here to make sure they're the same length. So I'm going to do 1 up, 1 down. And then we'll do the same over here. Now this one I won't have to twist because I'm going to do another tail. So I just need to kind of scrunch it in there. And I'm going to tuck maybe the sides, I'm going to tuck them under. So then it'll lay flat. And I probably should have made a longer tail, but we're just going to go with what I have. So that's what I have there. I think I decided I'm going to do red next. So I'm bringing 3 new ribbons into this. So I have a plain red that is from Sam's Club at Christmas time. So we're going to do the same, as I kind of want to twist it because I want the bad side to come up. This side, this ribbon looks the same on both sides pretty much, but I'm still going to twist just like I normally would. So this one we're going to do 3 loops. We're going to do a little less than the first one. So I'm going to kind of get it twisted in there. So this one is probably, so this one is closer to the 4 inches. So I twisted it. So now I have the correct side forward. I'm going to twist it as I'm putting it down. So I can move these aside and get it down to my 4. So I will leave those in the center. And then this one I'll bring down. Just trying to fix my twist so then when I go to it seems like I took it out too far. I was moving it around. Make sure I'm at the 4, so I'm at the 4. This one still seems kind of long on this side. Just want to make sure my sides are even. You can always, bring them up to make sure they're even with each other on each side. That side still looks a little long. My left side looks a little longer than my right side. So I'm going to bring this one down. Back down to the 4. And then I twisted going to take this one up. I'm going to twist it. Your ribbon gets all twisted in these things. So that one will go up. This one came down. So I'm going to go up with this one. Because I'm doing 3 on this layer. And I'll go down with this one. And then this one I don't have to twist because I want my tail. So that's what we have so far. Hold it up so you can see that. So I did 2 about 4 3/4, and then these 3 are at the 4. My next ribbon I'm going to bring in, I did buy this either the Wreath Shop or Craft Outlet. I'm not sure which one I got that from. Now I'm going to do 2. I'm going to do a tail. This one is going to be easy to see if you're right side or wrong side, because you can see the back is the wrong side. So I bring my tail down again, and this one will be just a little shorter than that one. I'm not going to do much shorter because this is going to be my kind of like my focal ribbon. I'm going to twist as I go in. Again, we're only going to do 2. I feel like I'm left-handed or something doing this. If you have the other bow maker from Pro Bow, you could always use that stand to hold your rolls of ribbon on the other side. Okay. And then again, since I'm only doing 2, I don't need to twist anymore. I'm just going to bring it down. I'm going to cut my tail. And I just hope this is big enough to cover up my mechanics at the bottom. And then I'm just going to bring in this plain pink. I'm just going to do 1 loop. And this one will be kind of like the center loop, but I'm going to have to do the tails on the same side. I believe that's how I have to do that. And then I'm going to cut. So I have, I have a pipe cleaner somewhere. You can do wire, whatever you want. So this is what our bow looks like. Need to slide my pipe cleaner down. And when I bring it up, I'm going to rotate my pipe cleaner kind of to the back. So I'm going to flip it over. It's still all being held together. I'm going to push down. I'm going to crisscross. I'm going to tighten it as much as I can. And kind of like all the other ones that I tell you to do, I'm just going to now twist the bow. So then when we fluff it up, We're going to have our center loop. We're going to have 2 on each side. And we're going to do the 3. And then we're going to have our 2. So that's what our bow is going to look like. I'm actually going to get it on the wreath, and then I'm going to fluff it right on the wreath. I need to make sure it's going to cover everything. So here's our wreath. I need to cover these mechanics down here. So yeah, so when I put the wreath in, or the bow in, I'm just gonna fish it down through, here. I probably should have made the tails longer. I can hold it with one hand, so I'm going to put my bow down here, flip it over, I'm actually going to get it on this side of the crossbar, maybe. Twist it. I pulled it probably tighter than I needed to. I'm just going to put my hands in, and I kind of open them up, keep my tails down. Our center loop. So that's that side fluffed. Let's do this side. Sorry, my arm's probably getting in your way. Fluff that up. And do my 3. And my 2. I wasn't worried about these hearts because these hearts kind of went both ways in the ribbon. So I wasn't too worried about the direction that they were going. And then what we did down here, we hid the mechanics to these down here. These ribbons. I wasn't sure if I was going to like the, was it like sawtooth? I don't know. So I'm going to dovetail. I'm going to dovetail all of my tails, and then I'm going to get a picture. So if you're just stopping in and watching this video, thank you. Thank you to all my subscribers. We have hit 1,000 subscribers, so I'm so happy with that. So let me know in the comments what you would like me to see me do. I think this will be my last Valentine's. I'm going to work on St. Patty's Day and probably Easter. And I have some ideas. I have some stuff in my stash. I'll have to dig it out just to do some general wreaths. Hopefully that's what you want to see. If you like the paper crafts, let me know. But thank you for watching.